Okay, so I'm still getting used to talking to the camera, so you guys are going to have to bear with me a little bit. It's going to take a learning curve, but we'll get there. This week, I'm just working on a sunset painting. I went to my local beach and I took a ton of pictures, and now I have a ton of water references to work from, and I've been wanting to paint a sunset for a really long time, and now we're getting to it, which is nice. So I'm a quarter of the way through, and this week I plan to finish it. We'll see. The last time I painted water, it took like a long time. It took like 2 weeks. Last week I was feeling super creative and I was drawing a lot and coloring a lot and painting a lot, and this week I'm starting to feel myself come down from it, so we're going to take it easy and we're just going to film, whatever art we do. Alright. Hello friends, I actually decided that I want to share a couple of painting tips with you in this video, and if you're curious how the sky was painted, I did that in my last video, so I'll leave a link so you can check that out. But in this video, we're mostly going to be working on the water, and the first thing that we're going to talk about is atmosphere. There are a couple things that contribute to atmosphere, such as the colors you're painting with, lighting, and even your mood. Being mindful of your mood going into a painting is important because you'd be surprised how much it translates into your art. Next, let's talk about tones and colors. I started off with my colors thin and worked my way to a thicker paint, bringing forward the lighter colors and the highlights. Working with layers allows your paintings time to dry, and it gives you an opportunity to enhance your color, depth, and complexity within your painting. When it comes to perspective, one of my biggest tips would have to be to work from your background to the foreground. Basically, what this does is it gives your painting an illusion of depth. Softening your touch for elements that are further out in your painting. For example, in this case, my horizon line, I made sure to blend it a lot. What that will do is bring the viewer's eyes to the foreground where there's more detail and further enhance that perspective. My next tip and advice would be to add texture. I'm normally not one to add texture, but you'll see here in this moment I was kind of experimenting with it and playing with it. It's not my style. You'll see I ended up blending it out, but I do think a lot of artists do a great job at using texture, and it's an awesome way to draw in people's attention and add something a little more interesting. Using things such as a palette knife or a harder bristle brush like you see here will make your brush strokes more interesting and in turn make your painting more interesting. Last but not least, glazing. Glazing is one of my favorite oil painting techniques. I think you can do it with acrylic as well. And actually, you probably can do it with any medium now that I think about it. But basically all that it is a transparent or semi-transparent paint layer, and it just adds more depth into your painting. It just gives that illusion of depth. Furthermore, when you're glazing, that is generally applied to your last layer of your painting. And while I'm at it, a similar technique that's very similar to glazing is scrubbing, and it's basically what I'm doing here. And you're just kind of scratching in the color, and what this does is add more color variation to an area. And glazing does that same thing. Those are the tips and techniques that I wanted to share with you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're interested, this painting will be in my shop, which is going to be linked down below. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!